selection and they go for blue. Not a surprise.
Also helps a lot that in your case you don't do this like 5 times a year with 18 different players like someone else on this desk. When it comes to hyping up, it's me.
I pick and choose.
Yes.
Only the very special.
Well, they're actually both
such as Daystar. My boy.
Well, they're actually both in this game because it's Carrie and Peter.
Yeah. Well, Peter was kind of a different different line, yeah.
Pantheon still taking away Vi. I'm sure to follow as Diani taken away. T1 have kept the habit of just blinding Faker or something as early as possible that he feels comfortable on so that they can spend their counter picks elsewhere.
Yeah, and he also got banned 2 out of the 3 games first rotation.
Yeah, that's good.
On red side by DK both times.
We also saw the attempted counter with the Malzahar, which unfortunately did really well into Annie.
It like almost won.
Well, no, it did really well into Annie, but it also, you are still playing Malzahar in 2025. So you're just kind of standing there and you take another player out of the game, but you're BDD, so don't really do enough. Oh, come on, this is the most B1 Azir I've ever seen. It's BDD. They're banning Talia. I'm gonna get Azir Victor.
They might just ban it. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
That does mean that Vi is up, and you do not want to give that to Owner. And I think you might just have to take it. Obviously, there's other really strong stuff still available.
So bad, though. If you pick Vi, they pick Wukong, and then you play against Owner Wukong. It doesn't feel better.
I mean, that's the problem. You can't take everything away, right?
I think you just slam Wukong and call it a day. Yeah, actually...
Wukong is, you know, he's really climbed a lot, the tier list. And so...
Good.
We've got him on the brain a lot more.
We have figured out that in a teamfight meta where you basically have to group every 3 minutes to fight for the next objective, having one of the best teamfight junglers in the game is good. It's a good thing.
Yes.
It's a lot of value. So, Vi... What else are we locking in? Vi Aurora? Been not always convinced by Faker's Aurora. I do think Aurora is a specific... Oh, what am I talking about? Sinzao. It's Owner Sinzao. How does this happen? Well, but otherwise he gets his Vi, right? Like, I feel like there's always just champions that you can be like, how did they get this? Well, there's a lot of champions.
They're always going to... We have 3 bans per team.
But I do...
There's 170 champions.
I do really wonder if the Sinzao wasn't a better ban. I feel like Owner in particular just takes over games single-handedly in a way that no other player does on this champion.
And I expect T1 to defend their Xin Zhao a lot better than what DK did with their Xin Zhao, which was Lucid.
Oh, they did.
Dying 8 times in a row.
Yeah, that was a twofold effort. I think Lucid really put in a lot of work in making that happen, and his team also just every time just was like, yep.
Abandoned him.
They're
and also,
using free ults on him.
They were very far behind, and there was a lot of engage.
Will not happen. In this one, I think is what we're getting towards is... Has Cassiopeia even won a game?
No.
I do like it a lot more. I think that BDD is the type of player that can 1v9 on this
Okay, Cassiopeia has won 2 games.
Okay. Nice. Out of how many?
Just immediately my bias is like, no, she sucks.
Out of how many?
Well, now 4, right? Because it lost the last game, so it's 2-2.
That's way better than I thought.
Yeah.
The eye test has not done her any favors, but does mean that Faker should be having a harder time in lane. Classic counter that we see very often. Also good into Sinzao, also good, I'd argue, even into Ornn if you can get in the right position. Ornn, though, really good matchup in the Rumble because you can go for an early Kanik Rookern. Once you start stacking MR, the Rumble doesn't really do anything to you anymore, and the Doran on a tank, it just feels right. You know, I feel like he does very well in bruises as well, but it just doesn't have the same consistency as his Ornn, his Gragas, and even his Sion.
Yeah. They can save Aurora for the next time around. Alistair going to be banned on the red side, so looks like Carrie wants to play something with a bit more hard engage. The Bard.
Yeah, we're slamming Jhin, right? It's T1, it's the tier list.
Nico.
Okay. What a twist and turn. Not going to be the Jhin pickup here that I was expecting. Varus obviously would be the other one that one's banned away, as always is the case. So we'll see what Guma picks up on 5. What is it going to be for Dokdam and Peter?
Maybe
Could be
Ezreal,
Karma. Ezreal Karma, I don't think is bad, actually.
Corki.
Corki,
Also
I
a
like.
good choice.
Yeah.
Corki Karma? No. Nautilus going to be the choice for Peter.
I also like the Nico pick away because I actually think that Peter has been our best Nico, which is crazy because I feel like Peter has been, again, pretty up and down as he always is. His Nico has been crazy this year, though. Very consistently finding the big plays. For Guma, into the Corki. Sivir, just a rising pick. Not going to have the biggest early game impact. In general, I do think that this is the type of comp that nameplates off would worry me because both Ryze and Sivir don't have a lot of pressure early on. I think your skirmishing outside of Xin is a little lackluster. And then I look at the KT comp and I'm like, my god, that's so much early game power. Nameplates on, I do feel a little bit better about T1, right? Owner has had really good early games consistently. Faker's great at using his Realm Warp to have impact in side lanes. But I think KT should still be pretty happy with what they're able to get themselves here.
Yeah, I think all things considered, I don't really rate Cassiopeia into Sivir Nico.
No,
I think she is going to get rolled over if they fall behind, and also she doesn't have a very strong early game as well. So all the other parts, great for the side of KT, but it definitely does feel like there is an odd snake out on this composition. And maybe that's just my bias. Maybe BDD proves me wrong. I'm willing to let that happen. That's fine. But we haven't been the biggest fans of Cassiopeia. It's obviously a very common counter pick into the Ryze. We'll see how he does here as the heart of KT.
Can't wait to see what this first game brings. I'm hoping for a cinematic free gamer, let's be real. After the last series, we have to.
That is what we need right now. The Telecom War, Game 1 starts now. Alrighty, game number 1. Faker just having a laugh, you know, just running around in mid. And Cuz's Wukong. We have seen BDD and Cuz take over on Ahri Wukong, just desperately trying to carry their team with that duo and successful at times. But Cassio Wukong, a bit different. We'll see how it goes. Tons of damage, obviously, in this comp, and the team fighting is insane. You know, Wukong, you got Rumble, you keep them all in place with the Miasma. Corki goes without mentioning. But if T1 can get to the late game, then obviously they'll have a ton of power with Ornn, Ryze, Sivir.
Oh, they get clipped by that one.
GG.
He is playing into Conqueror. Needs to be a little careful.
Just dodge.
There. Just dodge. Just don't get hit.
Just walk.
Love the narrative weight that's being put on this matchup in mid. Feels very apt given the players and the respective importance for their teams. So
yeah, I want to see the head-to-head between these two as well. It's always interesting to see like the Faker Chovy because those are like the big two names.
I can't believe that's even. By the way, that's so dumb. There's 60.
Just doesn't make sense.
60. Well, it does. You know, if you believe everything is scripted and life is simulation, actually makes a ton of sense.
It is. What do you mean?
Well, you believe in curses as well, Valdez. I feel like this is an ongoing conversation.
It's the fight to convince you never ends.
Never.
Never ends. So apparently, we've got some extra stats here. Cassiopeia win rate only in LCK total is 44% win rate, 92 and 117. And Cassiopeia plus Wukong in the LCK total is 0 and 4. So it's never won in the history of the LCK. Will today be the first time? Can we make history tonight?
It's so interesting because given the two scores at the top of your screen, you might be like, I feel like this should be close. I really do think that this matchup is heavily T1 skewed given the recent performances that we've seen of the team. And the fact that a lot of their losses also came, funnily enough, it was kind of like the reverse DK where they actually did well against the top tier teams, but then against the bottom tier teams, I'm pretty sure they lost against BNK, right? That happened. They had like 1 or 2 of those type of losses that just kind of make you wonder, like, what's going on, T1?
Yeah.
But obviously, those were all in the previous splits. Thus far, T1.
Previous rounds.
Previous round, sorry. Yeah. It's not a split, it's a round.
Yeah. It's not a season either, Valdez. I made that mistake in the first.
Well, there are seasons. You know, those two still exist, just not in the LCK.
Thanks, Chronicler. That, yeah. I didn't realize that.
I don't know if you'd noticed
summer.
If you'd noticed summer in Korea, you know, it's easy to miss.
Yeah. No, yeah, the 36 feels like 45 that we had today.
The feels like 45 is not nice. It's not good.
It is quite humid everywhere. So it really makes you feel it. And it's like a heavy blanket.
It's honestly worse than I don't know how, but it's worse than the tropics. You know, I've spent a fair amount of time in Indonesia, and I feel like it doesn't. It still feels nicer to be outside than it does in Korean summer.
Yeah, that's kind of strange. I mean, it is a peninsula. We're very close to water, so maybe that's part of it.
I don't know.
So would
Indonesia is like a million islands, so yeah.
Yeah,
both ways.
I think, yeah. Weird.
What a nice early game. I actually got the chat.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of the way it goes. No swaps yet. Kind of interesting. I think that Guma and Carry absolutely don't want to swap, but I feel like Dr. and Peter would like to if possible.
Perfect.
But Perfect's also, yeah.
Yeah, Perfect performance to me is really interesting in that I actually think in the 1v1 he's been quite good.
Oh.
Nice hook.
Pretty nice hook. I don't know if they can really follow up on it just because Duckdom is so low.
Oh, that's
Guma, nice trade back.
Well done by Duckdom as well. Actually equalized it a decent amount, especially given the heal's still available though for Carrier. But given the mana, I think they're in a pretty decent spot. No, so Perfect to me is so interesting because I think in the 1v1 he's actually been consistently like pretty good. It's just that I swear if he gets ganked twice, he just falls apart. I feel like his understanding of lanes and where he can be at what point in time, can you be underneath your turret or not, has been the biggest weakness of this player, going back even to last year. And it's something that I feel like given the, you know, the coaching staff, the experience on the team, they should have been able to kind of get better at managing, because it feels like it is such an obvious weak spot for KT right now. Even though we know Perfect's a good player. When it comes to the mechanics, when it comes to some of his team fight reads, I actually think he has a really good eye for, can we make this play happen or not?
Yeah, just sometimes it's a mental block and the player just can't get through it, you know?
Yeah, true.
It's just the way it goes sometimes. And as you mentioned, Perfect's definitely had his moments, but looking for more and more consistently. T1 gonna take this first Drake, just a Chemtech Drake, which is basically just it's like a little symbol there that says, okay, we have a Drake and we're getting closer to stacking more. But still gonna feel pretty good. Still dominating this bottom lane, being very annoying, just pushing it in all the time. There's not really much that Duckdom and Peter can do. I mean, they saw an eco and then they picked Nautilus, so it's like, okay. It's the opposite of what Beryl did in game 1, where it's like we saw the Nico and we picked Karma. That was a very different feel.
This is such a good example of, like, Peter knows this matchup is bad, right? This is legitimately just because they, like, we look at the comp, we need engage. Like, we can't just have Wukong be it. Ooh, Peter!
Yeah, he actually blew a spell shield on a hook that Peter hit the turret with. And then the cooldown came back up before the spell shield. And both players knew it, so Peter got it, and then Guma had to flash, which is really cool.
One of the things I love about Doran is is Doran baiting you, or is he just Doran? And can you actually kill him? I feel like he walks this line, and it's also why Doran has... I'm pretty sure he's... Oh, Carrier?
Oh, it's just gonna get it. He knew 100%. I don't think that PDD has the mana though, so...
Ooh.
He's gonna use a bunch of mana and his ult onto Carrier, which doesn't really do much.
He still doesn't get the ability to shove out the way first, but he does force Carrier at the base, so that does buy some time for the rest of his team, so... I don't think that's bad by any means. Nicely done there by BDD, not falling for the minion trap. So we do have very relaxed early gamer, Vel. This is nice.
This is the way it goes, you know. We have some objectives early, but if the teams are just handshaking them or just not fighting over them because they don't feel like they can or they don't feel like it's worth it, especially the grubs nowadays are kind of just I don't know. That last change that we had where it just made this group of 3 and we like sometimes get fights on it, but usually it's just 2 for 1. It's kind of like K2 will come in, they'll have their turn, they'll get 2, and then
it's just
T1 will come in and get 1.
It's a little handshake objective, right? Like, you can get 2, we get 1. Okay,
yeah.
Deal?
But at the same time, it's like we have so many objective fights and almost only objective fights that it's like, well, pick your poison, I guess.
And in this case, they say deal. You can take it. I do think that they'll end up missing a decent amount because Perfect actually walked all the way over.
Are they gonna try to?
Definitely can.
I thought maybe they were gonna look for the run.
They can look up in on the next bounce, right? Like Doran should still be able to set up, and then Faker can push in and ult after Owner has cleared the bot side jungle. Could see that happen. So Doran's gonna look for a trade here. If he gets a good trade and he takes Perfect down, that could be an angle.
I mean, they could still go for it. Sometimes taking a bad trade means that Perfect's in a bad spot because he's confident.
If he's full health, I think it's just, I don't know if you have the damage before one of you get toasted, you know?
If it's under turret, then yeah. Not really going to amount to too much. And there you go, the engage from Peter as Keria with the counter. Very low here is Duckdom. He's got it back as he goes for the Valkyrie. Peter as well, just kind of on the run after that excellent setup. But Keria immediately shuts down the play.
Oh, if Duckdom was just outside of range there, because he did actually get clipped by the Pop Blossom.
Oh boy. That was a very, very close one. And now the hook comes in once again. They got the exhaust, they got the root down, and all of a sudden Guma's in so much trouble. And down he will go, first blood given over to Duckdom. Keria desperate for something back.
He's not
gonna
afraid.
get it. Calculated, Chronicler.
That's my roller coaster right there. Getting a kill in the 2v2.
Oh, just gonna try to go for the kill, and he sets it up, Peter. What has gotten into this man? What is going on?
Peter was their biggest liability. Oh, no.
Well?
No, wait, let him live.
No, phase rush. Oh, no, he hit the minions. One more Q, wait for the...
Oh, you
yeah.
read him.
Easy.
Read him like a book. If he gets the dodge there and he lives, oh my, I was just about to say, because now it sounds like I was being mean to Peter. I was going to say their biggest liability in the humble. I've actually had that happen where like, that's so mean. I'm like, I was building up to something.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing contrast, we're doing hyperbole. Legitimately, that whole sequence was crazy. So starts off with finding the hook, then goes for the ult, then flashes back in to catch them off guard. Right there, if Duckdom is legitimately a little further out, I think this plays even more of a blowout because he can just keep doing damage instead of being knocked up. And then here, they don't need to go for this. And this is sometimes the hubris of the T1 bot lane ends up being their detriment. As Guma goes in, gets exhausted there. Great use of the spell
second
book.
one blew me away. Like.
Yeah, this one, the Peter hook. And
yeah.
Knowing that he can tank that. Actually
Max range,
insane.
big one. You can hear the comms in there as well. Yeah, so we're starting up here on the Dragon. Let's see how this one's gonna go. Looks like KT want to fight, especially Peter's probably feeling pretty
we're
good.
full committing.
Full commit, 100% 5v5 on the Mountain Drake. T1 don't want to give it up, and they're gonna just go for the straight up engage. Owner is going to be okay. It goes over the rise as Baker gonna smite it down with his abilities. Nice engage here from the Nico. Keria sets it up, but the damage isn't quite there. The hook from Peter is huge, but they don't quite have the health bars. And Owner just stays alive and shuts everybody down. It's a full ace to T1.
That man cannot have Zinzo. It's not okay. How does he live there? Unbelievable, because I don't even think that, yeah, and the sustain, right? Cuz doesn't really get to do a lot in that fight. The equalizer doesn't quite hit the mark, but the moment BDD flashes out and Duckdom's okay, and the health bars are this low, I'm like, they got it. The hook from Peter, but then Owner here, come on, man. Goes in, gets the sustain, finds the kills, hits the multi-man W. And that, I think...
I saw him heal for 315.
Yeah, no, that's not...
That's fun.
Okay, but how many Zinzaos actually pull that off in our league?
he just has such a great understanding of the limits, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he knows exactly how far he can go. Doran might just die here.
He's very Doran.
Yeah, not going to follow on that, but still has to flash. Kind of.
I love Doran, man. He's such a Doran. He just stands alone.
Doran.
He just stands alone.
That is true, yeah.
Oh.
I do feel like as well, like in that team fight, you know, Cuz goes in, like he gets a pretty good ult, but it's mostly for like peel.
Yeah.
And then the Wukong's kind of done and doesn't have a first item because he's going for the Trinity Force. And it's like, well, you're done, right? And then the Xin Zhao is only getting started with Sundered Sky, right? So the difference between the jungler damage is like gigantic in that fight, especially in an extended fight. The mid laners didn't really matter too much because they're still scaling. We've got a little fight here in bot lane. Owner is actually terrorizing these guys. KT just can't seem to get away as now they're gonna go in, and Owner's like, okay, I'm just gonna give my life over to the Corki, I guess. Maybe a bit overconfident this time, Owner, or perhaps just a straight up classic caster curse.
No, I've made that play where you're like, I am so fat, they can never kill me, and then they're like turning, and you're like, oh, well, I guess they could. Just us three, we give him the praise. This too is T1. You know, they get ahead with plays like this, and sometimes they lessen the lead. I don't think that this play is super detrimental, but it is a nice amount of gold going into T1. The fact that Doran doesn't quite connect till the end, there doesn't have his ultimate, means that this was always going to be a little bit of an ambitious play to go towards. There's a little gold there for KT. Gonna be happy about that kill. Going over to Duckers as well, currently sitting on 3-1 on this Corki. Not the easiest Corki game to play though, I'll tell you that. You do have a lot of safety, but there's also a lot of big threats on the enemy team.
Yeah, there definitely is. It helps to be as fed as he is, which you mentioned. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, uh-oh. He's going to get rooted. Now he's in a bit of trouble. Do they have the damage to finish him off is really the question. Looks like yes. As Owner shows up, and he's like, you know what? I just died. Got the reset on my my streak. Let me get the kill. And that he did. I feel like probably should have just given that over to Guma. But it is what it is.
So they do get teleport out of Faker. That's something. I think he TP'd to ensure that Wukong couldn't leave. But that is a little... No, we're not. Okay, I thought we were going to continue with free grubs especially. But maybe afraid of a Realm War play. Which is one of the big things with this Rise, right? And why T1 have really prioritized it so heavily. Is one, it sets up for Baron flips. Which aren't flips if you're 15 seconds ahead. As it's very funny to me that it's Guma that's like setting up this play. And there you see the moment the TP comes through, he knows he's dead, right? Not really a way. And he doesn't have either his W or flash, so... No way for him to get over the wall, but even if he did, the rest of the team had already abandoned him. And now we might have another fight on our hands, but looking at the item finishes, I feel like the gold leads are there, but it's not that crazy right now for KT. I think they're relatively still spiked pretty nicely. Doctor at 2 would have been great, but there isn't that much of a lead between Faker and BDD or Cousin Owner when it comes to actual finished items. We'll see if they can get perfect out of it, because without Rumble, I don't think you can go for the 5v5.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, like, Wukong's still going to do Wukong things. It's really about the amount of damage that can follow up on it. You know, like, Perfect's farming really well. He's not, like, massively ahead, but he's farming well for himself. As the front line, here's Cuz in a lot of trouble. The clone times out, and he gets away. Looks like someone wanted to face check into the Rift Herald, and it just happened to be Cuz this time. And so T1 should get a free Rift Herald, whereas KT will look for the first Ocean Drake, perhaps. We'll see if they can make their way over towards that. We do have Cuz going into the pit and starting that one up.
Oh, Realm Warp's up. They're not getting this dragon. That's not. They're not.
It was just a thought, you know.
No, I know, and I know.
It's like maybe I can start.
No, KT had that thought as well. This is we've seen T1 do these a million times, right? Like the mid-game tempo swing, get Herald, immediately throw it down mid.
Run this in the second turret. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're KT, you have 2 options. Either you take Drake and you lose probably 3 turrets. Now you don't get Drake, and you still lose 2 turrets. So it's not a good trade.
Bit of a conundrum.
Yeah.
What is the right play in that scenario? You know, like, if you don't phase check the Rift Herald, you just give it for free.
I think the right play was not giving the enemy Xin Zhao a 2,000 gold. I feel like now that there are teams where you get away with, you know, kind of meandering when they get a lead like this. But this is T1, so what is going to happen now is they're going to keep pushing this lead.
Yeah.
in
I do-
a very aggressive manner.
I do like that T1's kind of back on their, clinical macro gameplay arc, It's a lot less messy, a lot less crazy going for plays for no reason. Little trade here.
I'm not. I think
they're heading in the right direction.
I think they're consistently good. I do think that there's still a lot of tomfoolery, though.
Sure.
I feel like
I just feel like there have been summers past
Oh, yes.
where it's
for sure.
like,
No, they're
what is happening, guys? And then they lock in, of course, when it comes
Sure.
time for like
But at the core,
BDD in Game 5 of a
Oh
World's
my
qualifiers.
God, yeah.
So
I still can't believe
it's kind of
that
interesting that it seems to be that they're locking in a little bit earlier this year.
we've had a multitude of world runs that really came down to like crucial game 5s that otherwise just wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Unreal.
DRX Gauntlet.
Yep.
That's probably the most obvious one.
Well, with the accidental Zyra lock-in.
Yep.
Good stuff.
I love accidental Zyra lock-ins. Yeah. We've had some good times here at the LCK.
I'd argue we are having a good time right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm talking like I'm at an award show or something. Like we've
had good times at the LCK.
good times, emotional times. Just glad to have spent it with all of you.
I don't.
Anyway, here's the
I'm sure the here's the award for
funniest celebration after a loss. I don't know. Just making up a new category. Peter gonna get engaged on, and the Sivir pressed alt, and Peter pressed flash. And the Ryze and the Sivir continue to scale, and the Xin Zhao runs the game and does whatever he wants. The top lane doesn't matter. We can look at it. Yeah, sure, okay, cool.
Guma has IE.
Does not matter.
That's not good for KT. It's good for T1, obviously.
Such a Doran, isn't he?
I know. I love Doran, man. Watch him just TP to this Otacon fight.
Wait, he just
1v9.
moved. Okay. Well, maybe if it was 2 wards and they didn't know and he
I
didn't
guess
move.
he doesn't need to 1v9 to fight because he's just gone.
Yeah, there is no fight.
Are we
Wait,
playing?
what's the teleport?
Are we playing for the exit? We're playing for the exit!
Okay, looking for the, they're really going way too deep for this. The Cassiopeia ult is gigantic. Down goes the Nautilus, but Doran's nearly dead. The flash from Carrier catches 4! Immediately shuts down the fight, and any idea that KT had of winning it is thrown out the window, and T1 will win this game.
That's the circus! They bait you in. They're like, oh, are you sure we can do it? Yes, yes they can. As this initial engage looks a bit disjointed. Faker and Doran going very, very aggressive onto Doc Dom here.
This is crazy.
I can't believe that flash ult worked, by the way. That timing was crazy. But then BDD's there, finds the ult. They do indeed kill Faker and only Faker as he sets up for the rest of his team. A disgusting ultimate there from and Doran. He's just waddling it up.
It was a
He's
close
just fine.
Duma, by the way. Didn't even realize. I was so blinded by Carrier's ult that
Well, I mean, Carrier did
they're
kind
just
of.
saying like good right after Carrier ult.
Yeah, let's be real. That ult from Carrier is a little.
Yeah,
that was
they-
a little.
Oh, they're talking about the Penta because it was actually Quadra and then Owner got the final kill. So a little bit of shenanigans. That's why all the smiles were there. I thought they were just like happy with the way the fight went, but no, it was because we denied Guma a Penta. Always fun shenanigans.
I retract every nice word I've ever said about Owner. I can't believe he would do that to his own team.
Well,
This game is done, Veldas.
about that 3-game cinematic banger.
But
I don't know.
But we're setting up for it. Doran is actually Doran's
True.
taking damage, guys. I swear.
No,
guys,
he's not.
He's taking
No,
damage.
Chronicler, he's not taking
taking
damage.
damage!
He's not taking.
Yes!
Look at his health bar. It's full. Okay, the equalizer's pretty good. Doesn't matter.
still
Vectom's
full health.
dead. He's still full health, basically. He's just gonna dive the turret, and maybe you get Faker. Maybe. And will they? Looks like no. You're not even gonna get Faker. Let's just TP in the mid. All of us. All 5. There's no wave, guys. There's no wave.
Are you
right.
not entertained? I'm entertained. This is great.
I'm entertained. Yeah, this is very fun.
Oh.
All right, break it down. Take it away, Chronicler.
They're 8,000 gold ahead. What do you mean break it down? They tried to collapse on the door and
Give
it
me
doesn't
that
work.
hard-hitting analysis.
Oh yeah, Faker is just like Yeah, this TP, I don't know about that. I'm just going to run it out.
Starts running the other way.
Which actually ends up saving him, obviously.
Yeah.
And then the fact that he barely survives here is just perfect. Look at that. Tick, tick. Nope.
Yeah.
Completely fine. Clean ace for the gang.
Second one. Or third one.
I don't know, but this was
second
clean.
one. Second one.
Wait, what's the other one?
The first one they got on the Mountain Drake.
The Dragon?
The Mountain Drake.
Was
that was a clean ace. Yeah.
Oh.
5 for 0.
Wow.
Then the second one in bot, that was like a 5 for 1, and then this one was
You know, I don't even feel like
0.
KT have played poorly, which actually I think is the hallmark of kind of showing where T1 is at the moment. Like, it isn't
That's
one
why
of those...
that's why I asked before, like, what do you even do?
Yeah,
like,
you don't, because it's T1.
You don't do.
You don't. You need everything to go well. You need the draft to go your way, but also you need... It's just the raw firepower on this roster, man. It's hard to deal with.
Yeah. It's pretty rough, and now Carrier's got the angle. He's only going to find the Nautilus this time. Little for fun engage. Again, they can kind of just do whatever they want. Down goes the Nico, but what do they care? Everybody throwing everything into Owner. That's a big shutdown for the Corki. Perhaps getting a little bit ahead of themselves. They did have an 11,000 gold lead, and they still do after getting that turret.
Hey,
actually.
that's 10.5.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
shrunk,
I rounded up.
Yeah, we're not factoring in Ocean or Otacon in this equation. I was kind of waiting for a take it away Chronicler, as there's nothing to say about
I thought it was
play.
implied.
Because
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you know.
This is the same thing that Atlas has done with me, where like I say something and I look at his face, and he doesn't even need to make the bad joke. I just do it in my head, and then I get tilted. It's just priming.
You just know.
Just as the moment, oh, yeah, that's 11 seconds,
All right,
guys. That's
we're going to send it.
That's not the best any percent. T1 got you beat on that one.
Okay, little turn, a little engage here from KT. Gonna find Doran. Looking for the turn themselves, and there's the ult in a 3, and Doran, he's certainly taking damage. They finally got him, and this time Carrier has his flash, and it's just the end of it all. Looks like finally they've got a wave in mid, and they can finally end this game.
Ooh, not a clean ace on that one. That is a bummer.
Yeah, you know, they could have had their third clean ace of the game, but...
Yeah, this is a massacre,
Yeah.
Falvis. And I want to, again, repeat myself. I think KT, obviously they lost the fights, but I think a lot of their fights, like the decisions that were made, right, the setup, it didn't make us go, what are you doing? It just made us go, okay, makes that. They just got out-executed.
They just got outplayed.
T1's just better in this game, number one. A lot of comfort, a lot of main characters. Started with Owner, ended with Guma and Carrier.
Isn't that the way it always goes? Farming some more kills here, and Guma is just not dying and has gone legendary in this game. There you go. I think he was 11, 1, and 13 at the end of that, so 24 kill participations out of like 27 or 25, I think. Pretty ridiculous stuff as T1 absolutely shut down KT, and yeah, I mean, KT will go back into the booth and kind of be left scratching their heads, wondering, okay, well, what could we have really done better? It's hard to say. Maybe you don't take that big fight on Mountain. You just got to play better sometimes. T1, they already leave the booth. They said, we know what happened here. We don't need to talk about it in this booth, at least.
Couple of early skirmishes don't go your way. You don't get to play the game anymore. You don't get to make any missteps. And with KT in their current form, I don't know if they have that in them. Cassiopeia, not even the, like, on the top half of list of problems with that game. It was one fight, and then it was a second fight, and then the game was done.
Yes, that is exactly what happened.
There's just so little to say. It's 8 towers to 0. It's, besides the Void Grub, every single objective.
Yeah, there was so little to say and analyze in this game. I should have just made you play-by-play in Dutch instead.
That would have been so fun! Oh my god, I used to do that!
Yeah, should have brought back old play-by-play chronicler. And there you go. It's just that easy for T1 in Game 1. We'll see if Game 2 looks any differently, or if it's just going to be a stomp here tonight, guys, in the Telecom War. We'll be back after the break.
끊어줘야 될 것 같아.
보기는
치긴 한다. 오케이.
노틸 프리고
야,
여기
위에서
있다.
보이면
이거 위에서 보면은 일단 오케이.
우리가 위로 가야 될 것 같아. 팀 하나, 팀 하나.
우리가 위로 갈게. 우리가
우리가
위로
위로
갈게.
가자. 오케이, 오케이.
나 혼자 여기 있어.
얘네 그냥 싸움이야. 너야.
딱 괜찮아? 오공 나오거든.
공 해봐.
이거 각은 나오거든.
더블 궁이 쳐.
딱 좋긴 하겠다.
볼게.
아니 잠깐 기다려.
펜타. 아니야, 사실.
이리 가자. 이거 끝난다.
Oh, yeah,
You
nah.
should look into that, Valdez.
I did try to give Chronicler back his jump rope today because I didn't use it. And he said no.
Because I'm like, you need it. No, it's not. I don't have space. I'll take it back anytime soon now. I swear.
Mm-hmm.
As KT going to be trying to bounce back, jump over T1 in this second game so that we can get our promised 6-gamer. Because I'm not going to lie, that first series, when it comes to pure entertainment value, blew this first game right out of the water. T1 were just a little bit way too good. And they just kind of dunked on KT ever since that first fight. Again, the laning phase was fine. But after that, it was all downhill for the Rolls to Coaster.
Yes. Hoping they can turn this coaster around is KT. What is the final ban going to be? Looks like Varus might be necessary, unless they want to give it and have some kind of plan. You know, Vi was left open last game, wasn't even looked at. And so it's the Trundle instead.
So they're expecting a Varus. That seems like a no-brainer, especially because you also can't give Guma Varus, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of a very obvious pick here, and I'm sure T1 will have a plan in place as to how to deal with this. We've seen Ziggs has highlighted. I'm pretty sure Guma also played 6 like fairly recently. That is, I don't know if I'm making that up, if that actually happened. I feel like he did pick it at some point. We'll see if they're gonna go towards that. With Aurora Band, I think the Gwen pickup is very safe here for Doran. One of his comfort picks as well.
Yeah.
Gwen really has kind of gotten to the sweet spot where she is, I think, still pretty broken, but like not B1 game
Not
one
too broken.
and she doesn't get banned, so you just get to play her a lot.
She's very strong, but has good answers.
God.
Gwen Nocturne.
Yeah, actually, Nocturne not being banned for owner, I think, is definitely gonna sting.
I mean, it almost feels like you'd say that about any champion at this point.
I do think his Xin and his Nocturne are like... Those two, to me, right now, are... You don't get to play the game.
But they didn't get to play in game 1.
No, because of Xin.
Yeah,
That's my
no,
point.
It just feels unfair.
It does.
They didn't get to play in game 1. Shouldn't they at least get a chance in game 2? Like, now it's KT's turn?
No, I agree. Yeah.
And they're going to play Victor Varus into Nocturne?
So the Victor pick makes a little bit of sense because you know Faker would otherwise pick it here on free. I don't
Not Orianna?
really. I think the Nocturne Orianna combo is kind of fake news. I think
Really?
yeah, I really don't think it's that. I don't think it's that crazy. If you can get a good Orianna, I don't think it's also Faker's great Orianna, right? But if you can get a good Orianna angle, I think it's fine. Don't know if you want to do that into Victor specifically though. As the Jax here for perfect skill matchup, also one of Doran's comfort picks in case we do get to a possible game 3. Although with the setup right now, I don't feel super confident. You can also go towards like Ahri. That's another angle you can take here, right? It does make your early laning phase a lot less fun, but it does give you insane dive threat towards the enemy backline.
Decision time for Faker.
What's the other choice? Like Wei?
Galio. There you go.
Oh my god. Oh, Valdez.
Nocturne Galio.
Yeah,
And you know what they could do? Orianna 80 carry. That's way too much EP. But that would be kind of broken.
Well, no, obviously they would flax Galio to support and just pick Ori later.
Yeah, but then why not just pick it now?
Because they're not going to ban it now.
Whoa.
Right?
But they weren't going to ban Galio support either, so...
That is true, but now they don't know you're playing Orianna.
Now they don't know your plan. That's true. Alistair and Bard banned once again. We had Poppy and Rakan also banned in this phase in game 1.
So there are two schools of thought that you can go for here. You can either, if you're T1, try and round out a dive comp, right? Kai'Sa normally would be the go-to for that. Obviously, I don't think that's like, but Jhin is the other one that comes to mind, and I'm double-checking that it is not banned.
It feels like it would be with Guma in the game.
It's gonna be banned here on the last ban for KT, surely. Okay, now you have to ban.
It's Jhin.
You ban Jhin.
So they ban Jhin and then you pick Rakan.
That is what will happen. Yeah.
Or you just pick Kai'Sa and maybe you wait to see what the support is and try to get a support that helps the Kai'Sa.
Yeah, but I don't think Guma's gonna slam Kai'Sa, right? I think if anything,
Yeah.
so either you go for a full dive, there's
Okay,
the
they did
Jhin
it.
ban, very good, or you try and pivot towards something that just uses lane pressure well, so you just set up perma dives, which will be the Aphelios Fresh that we saw them pull out earlier. Or you just go Xayah Rakan and none of what I said. I don't even think Xayah's good here. I'm not gonna lie. Into poke Varus and Victor, I don't think that's good. But guess what? I don't think it matters. And if they go Rakan here, I think it's gonna lock Xayah.
Yeah, I mean, you can hover Xayah and then pick Rakan and then, you know, do little mind games and play something else, but I don't know why you would do that.
I think they're gonna pick it. I don't think
They're probably gonna pick it, yeah. And to be fair, like, if you have this much forward aggression and pressure, maybe the Xayah is okay because she's just not getting hit, you know?
Yeah,
like,
that is the fun.
I agree with you.
Also,
I don't think it's a good spot into these two champs.
I mean, I keep going back to this, but for me, Guma carry Xayah Rakan is like top 2 combo. If I had to bet my life on a duo playing a thing, I'd be high up there.
Bet my life on any duo playing.
Well, I wouldn't want to do that. The other one is Keen Sante and Canyon Italy, by the way. I mean, but if you had to, you know, maybe you're put in a position for some reason.
Yeah.
I can't think of what it would be, but I do like the Poppy here. But yeah, we saw this one coming from a mile away. I actually think that the
should have played Origin.
I think the KT comp is better. I am looking at this. I am seeing really good disengage. I'm seeing great poke, big range advantage. You're playing into a dive comp with Victor, with Skarner, with Poppy. But guess what?
Yeah. As our space pointed out, and as we said many times during the cast, it was just a bit of a outplay situation, you know, outplay issue. Hand stiff, whatever you want to call it. In game number 1, sure, there were some draft issues, which, you know, the Casio wasn't the best with the Wukong, but T1 did just kind of crush them in game number 1.
This is a 4-man core that is playing together since Worlds 2021, Valdez. I can't bear enough repeating, as that might be, oh my god, that is so Doran.
Did his arm come off?
It's like you know, like a cartoon where it's like whoosh.
Hell,
okay, I guess
there you go. There you
I guess
go.
it wasn't.
Yeah, nice. That's much better.
I don't understand the
No more nightmares.
tail, but it makes perfect sense at the same time.
It is very Doran, that's true. So yeah, fantastic disengage and range comp here from KT. It all makes sense. Can they play to the level of T1 is really the question here for game number 2, which we're ready for. Let's hop onto the rift.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다. 미니언 생성까지 30초 남았습니다.
Alrighty, game number 2. On the way right now in match 102. We will get all the way to match 150. Do you have any ideas of which matchup that is, Chronicler? Do you want to guess?
Knowing the LCK, is it T1 Genji?
No. It's a matchup we discussed earlier today.
How Alive Genji?
No. Think
differently.
more culture.
Is it Bro DRX?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's
It's perfect.
that is so good.
It's the final match of the LCK
oh my
2024.
god, that's how you see the real LCK fans, you know?
Yep.
They will be there. Because it's the final match of the season.
Match 150.
And it'll be Bro versus DRX. Bro and Brew. The most Rise group out of any Rise group game. That's perfect.
And right before it is Nongshim KT, which is going to be, you know, potentially playing for a 5th place spot.
Might very well be the case. If KT get 2-0'd here, Nongshim actually relatively close in on them. They're only a single series behind.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of game to be played, a lot of League of Legends left. Rounds 3 through 5 are shorter than rounds 1 and 2 combined, but it's still a good chunk left.
It's what, 6 weeks? I want to say, because normally it's 9 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's 12 rounds.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
Each round now is going to be 2 weeks long instead of the, I guess, 4.5 that it is for...
Well, yeah, no rounds. 12 matches versus 18 matches. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, definitely a lot of League to be played and a lot of chances for Nongshim to catch up and for KT to remain where they are and maybe make that match 149 pretty interesting. We have an engage here, some heal used by Keria just to discourage them from going any farther.
Do like Dr. has highlighted going for the Comet here. I think you really have to. I don't think you can actually look to auto anyone in this game. So good call there. Peter and Keria both sitting on the spellbook. I think anything too surprising here. Cuz going for the grasp, which really has been the... I feel like it left for a little bit there as Peter.
Yeah, the heal comes through. Peter is going in and no chance for the Rakan to get away. Guma gets very low himself. And there you go. Like the stomp and the battle dance. And Guma just gets a little bit too low, has to back away. And once again, Peter and Duckdom, man, just having a pretty insane day out, at least in the laning phase. Here comes Cuz.
I'm just so happy as we have possible double dives being set up.
Double dives! Into the wall he goes, and, well, he looks like he might get away. Meanwhile, up in the top side, we do have the counter-strike coming down, and first blood goes to Rakan! Keria turned it around, and finally Peter got the kill, but Rakan got a double kill. Meanwhile, we got Perfect, is being dove, and he will be taken down. So at the end of the day, T1 get 3 kills, and Guma catches the wave.
Not super, Valdez. I was hoping for a game 6.
Not super.
Yeah, I'm not feeling super about this whole this whole situation because.
I was wondering what you meant.
Yeah, I'm not super excited. I don't know. I'm just Oh, the turret didn't reset, so the turret just completely bodies. That's a 1v2 kill, and then here, actually nicely played out. Counter-Strike obviously gets a crazy amount of value, so you bait that out. You leave, you wait, red buff gets owner aggro, no biggie. He wasn't afraid of anything.
This is clean.
Very straightforward, has the movement speed from his Q that did tag the unfortunate Jax. And I was just about to praise Dr. and Peter, because I think that Peter had a really rough performance against Humble Life. I'm glad that it was a blip. I still think that was a blip. I don't think he's to blame for what just transpired. I do think the odds of us getting a good game is...
It's decreasing.
It is rapidly decreasing. Yes,
it's declining.
The good thing is that the money is on Rakan. So that doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah.
So that's something. The bad news is that Owner is already getting fed again.
If there's a support player who I would give money to, it would be Keria.
It is Keria, yes.
Gold, that is.
Oh, I've talked about this.
Yeah, Perfect does not have his flash. And okay, he's just going to hop to a minion and get away.
Nice.
Pretty smooth from Perfect there. We did have Cuz hanging around down on the bottom side, but didn't really amount to too much.
Oh, and Owner also, despite that, because Cuz died, actually built up an experience lead. It's going to hit 6 first.
Yeah, I mean, especially if they link this up really well. I'm not sure if Guma and Keria have enough pressure, but if they could push some kind of wave in and go for like a 4-man bot dive, that could just be kind of like early game lights out.
It's one of those situations where you can also just let them push into you.
True.
And as long as you know there's no counter dive, you can just deal with them easily. Faker did force Perfect into a bigger disadvantage by showing up top. Even though the kill didn't work, he was still successful in making his impact in the side lanes. I think that's become a hallmark of his play. And I mean, his Galio goes back up. That's 8 years, by the way, 2017 Worlds. The Galio, that's
8 years, yeah.
That's 8 years.
I mean, it feels more like 6.
It does.
Like 5 or 6, because it was quite a while ago.
Oh, Air Peter comes.
He's so slow, the little orb. Oh man, I just like how when it comes from off screen. Like, it just looks like so pathetic.
It does. I've never really, because a fast-moving orb inherently feels cool, but a slow-moving orb is so goofy.
Yeah.
It's just like, woo, look
Like,
at me
just
float.
kind of floating, yeah.
It's instead of like a cool projectile, it's just a bubble.
Yeah.
You're like just floating around.
Not quite as interesting. Keria moves up, stops the back. Kind of annoying. And could be critical if they're really trying to force something into the bottom side. And, I mean, as it stands right now, Duckdom and Peter are looking for the back. So both of them go back. And it looks like they want to swap out of it. Probably not a bad idea. Does mean that this Dragon is going to go over to T1 pretty much for free.
Where
Yep.
is T1 going to use this 1-2 punch of Nocturne Galileo? And as you highlight, yeah, there's not really any contesting to be done here. Perfect being put in an unfavorable matchup. And guess what? T1 says, nope, we are going to swap again. Looks like they're swapping Guma and Keria at the mid. Setting up for a contest towards the Grubs here.
All right, well, it's going to find a couple of guys here and gets impaled as well. Just not fair, but Keria, he base checks and he gets punished for it.
And the difference between nonchalance and carelessness is, do you get punished? And as you highlight, Veldis, in Keria's case, he really does. Just walks in full vision onto an unwarded brush.
I'm Rakan, it should be fine, right?
Well, I saw Nocturne in the area, like
Oh, no way. What?
I swear, everyone on
God.
that team will steal your objective. And I know that owner's supposed to, but not like that. Okay?
Generally, it's like Guma's Varus and stuff.
Yeah, what was recently, I thought he got one as Jinx.
Yeah,
There's been a
did.
few ones. As Peter
Jhin.
sets this up,
yeah.
really nicely done. Use a good amount of resources, but you're happy to if you get the free grubs, which they didn't.
Meanwhile, we got a play up in the top side because we got a Varus solo laning into a Gwen. Where have we seen a situation like this before, Chronicler?
Yeah, Nongshim did this as well.
Huh.
Wasn't
And
that,
who did they do that against?
wasn't that actually into KT?
It
Was it into T1 as well? Okay.
It was in the T1.
Oh yeah, it was the
Because Doran got a bunch of votes for
Oh
like,
my
just getting
god, I
kills,
remember now.
getting kills on Ambessa, and
Oh,
Alice
yeah.
was mauling so much.
Yeah, as he should, because why is our Varus, when we're playing into Nocturne, in a solo lane alone? I don't know. Fellas, I'm getting worried. I wanted my 6 gamer. You know, I'm very happy.
We're just the cringe 5-game duo now.
Oh, we are. So I'm very happy with T1 winning, as highlighted. We all predicted them. I think all of us predicted them against Hanwha as well. Their current form,
Yeah.
this can't be argued with. Firing again on, we don't know how many, we don't know enough about cars, but all cylinders. Everyone's playing well.
On the V8 engine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess in that case, that's got to be 8 of them, right?
I just don't know if the 8 stands for cylinders or for something else, you know?
I mean,
We really know nothing.
we know nothing.
Car people are in this chat right now probably like, these
Losing their
guys
minds.
are killing me right
These
now.
guys are morons. They don't know. And this is every time.
Maybe we're just right, like we just got randomly luckily,
every
right?
time it's like a culinary topic, and I just have to sit there and be like,
Yeah. I mean, you were telling me about garlic yogurt before. I'm like, those two things don't go together. So
garlic yogurt and dill. It's like, it's a staple of so many.
whatever you say, Chronicler.
That's a good combo. You like sour cream?
I do, yeah.
It's no different.
Sounds pretty different to me. I don't know.
No, 'cause the other one is better. Cause you have you never had Turkish eggs, like a nice layer
Does it
of
sound like I've had Turkish
No,
eggs?
of course you. Okay. Well, you should. They're wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I wish I were exposed to more foods growing up.
Well,
be honest.
I'll happily make them for you. You know,
Sure,
just
that
come
sounds good,
over.
as long as the eggs are fully cooked.
Yeah, of course. I know you have a thing about that. Oh, as
Very important.
Oh my God, we have Yundo.
Wait, you knew
We have a
just sitting
car
in the back.
expert.
He literally raised.
Peter, not now, please. So a V8
This is
actually.
very important,
A
Peter.
V8 engine actually has its. Oh, guys.
We got League of Legends interrupting us. Yep, they did the combo into. Why is Varus alone again? What is that? He was under the turret. It doesn't matter. It's Nocturne Rakan. Keep your Varus. He's 0-3. There's nothing that Duckdom can do. He can't even play the game.
I have to, one of the biggest and most often pieces of criticism, I'm not even going to comment on the actual play. So one of the biggest pieces of criticism that T1 has often faced has been their drafts. And I feel like both, in this series I don't think it's as necessary, I think they're just better. But even in their Gen G series, like the Senna and then immediate response with the Aphelios, I feel like the Varus here, you know it's coming, right? And I am happy to see more teams really lean into the fact that a lot of Varus games are just so insanely predictable in the tier list
They're
drafting.
so tier list.
And guess what? As good as Varus is, you can still not allow him to play the video game because he does have his weaknesses. I'm happy to see T1 punish that. Now, as we have also been told, so a V8
More
engine
importantly now,
actually does have 8 cylinders in a V configuration, and a V4 will have 4 cylinders.
yes. We
So we were
mentioning
right.
V8 because we were talking about
Yeah,
that first.
yeah.
But yeah, V4 has 4 and a V8 has 8, which, you know, that does make sense. If the numbers, if it was like V8 and it was like, yeah, it has 6 cylinders, I would be worried. I'd be like, okay, somebody messed
Somebody
something up.
come explain this to us.
Somebody messed something up somewhere along the line. If the V8 engine has 6 cylinders. Okay, so it was cylinders. That's good to know. All right, we're playing for the Infernal Dragon. Well, we're helicoptering here, and Peter just canceled it with the back, as now we're going all in onto that back line. Very nice disengage with the Impale, but I just don't think it matters. Tavares doesn't get to play the game. It's so sad for Duckdom, his 4th death. Meanwhile, we had a solo kill in top. Doran just taken down perfect. I think, you know, T1, they're just firing on all V8 8 cylinders. And it's a really scary thing to see. And KT are just not able to stand up to them right now.
T1 just blowing them away as we're highlighting. I feel like we even have time to get into horsepower, which is like a whole nother thing.
Oh,
I know.
I'd love to.
Is this not the LCK 2 dudes talking about something they have no idea about?
No clue.
As we take a look, the initial setup here looks okay, but Duckdom,
The
you
Rakan is so strong.
you can't be that far. Like I say, you can't be that far up. He's like not that far up.
You
but you're-
cannot be out of the fountain.
well, no, you have to be actually substantially behind the rest of your team.
가려고 탱도 가져.
As this too is Doran. Riftmaker done. That's one. Has the ignite. That's the next 3 needles. Oh, hits all of them.
I think it was just straight up like item spike.
Yep.
He identified that Counter-Strike was down, so he could all in, and with his ignite, because he's like, okay, I have this.
Well, it's also the position in the lane also plays a part, right? Because you need to know you can get enough in.
Yeah. So very nicely calculated by Doran. Obviously, Perfect was not ready for that. Faker
That
inside lane.
cancel.
And we got a Nocturne on the way. Here we go. It's a level 6 Poppy, and Owner's just so strong with the Hex Plate. He's not actually going to get the kill, funnily enough. Meanwhile, we're diving Duckdom.
Leave Duckdom alone!
No, T1 have other ideas, and they're just both diving him. And down he goes again for the 5th time. Poor Duckdom. Poor Ducky Duckdom. Just nothing he can do. Faker's dead, by the way. Owner might follow, as a laser might come through. Flash is there, and the tanking comes in. The laser is going to miss, and Keria is...
He's also here!
You don't have to do this. But he wants to.
No, they do. This is what the people want, Valdez.
That's true. Yeah, they're
people-
doing it for the fans.
The people
honestly.
embrace the circus. He still has flash.
Yeah,
Oh my
see ya.
god.
The extra range. Yeah.
Oh,
just,
I hope we get a replay. The how Faker played that initial setup was actually crazy because he got the cancel with the back wind up on the Poppy stuff. No, we don't need to see the. Okay, that
yeah.
that sidestep was sexy.
I like
respect that, but
Duckdom's
like
5th death.
why it's too much. Right there, right?
Yeah.
Canceling the knockback, meaning that Faker doesn't get slammed into the turret. Really well done. I kind of wonder what happened. Do they just stay here for no reason? Like 2v2ing and then...
Yeah.
They,
Of course.
They do, yeah, of course
Yeah,
they do.
of course they do. And
That-
Peter, oh, the dodge! Did you see him?
Yeah.
He dodged the beginning of the Winds of War, which I
still,
think would have killed
Peter's
him.
actually having a crazy series.
Yeah.
I think he's actually playing really well. It's good to see. It just doesn't matter.
It just, yeah.
So what other topic do we not know anything about that could be fun to cover?
I am curious about horsepower, because I heard that,
Isn't it just actually like...
well, we're getting interrupted again. It looks like Cuz might go down this time around. Gets taunted after his little dig through the wall. And the question is who gets the kill. It will be Guma. Keria, of course, is diving the turret because he's got Owner on the follow-up, and the dive comp, which is this far ahead, just gets to do whatever they want. Gonna get the taunt down. Don't need to kill the turret because, you know, that makes it more interesting and more cool when you go for the dive.
No, Duckdom, he's stuck. He can't be efficient.
It's the Duckdom gank.
Get him, Duckers.
Get him, Ducky Duckers. Do you do enough damage before dying? Do I get the kill?
No.
Okay, all right, he did it. 701 gold.
Well, that's still a disaster.
Ducky's back in the game.
He still got the counter kill. And now the gold is reset.
He's back in the game.
Oh, no.
No, he's gonna carry. Trust.
Oh, Veldas.
He carries these.
What happened to my T1 in summer? Where did the memes go?
Maybe they're just, you know, it's not real. It's not a summer season. It's still spring. It just never ended.
Spring never ends.
Spring never ended. So why would T1? Yeah. I mean, we were very impressed by KT's play in week 1 and obviously their play in Road to MSI. And then this happens and we're just left scratching our heads. But I think you said it, Chronicler, that, you know, there's a pretty big gap between our top 3 teams and the rest.
I don't want to, not again. Oh, perfect. And it makes sense that he wants to walk up, but like with Dockers having Ghost especially, like Duckdom is, I think is fine there. If he spaces well, he doesn't really need Perfect to go in there because Gwen's dead. And Fake, fortunately, the continued attention towards Perfect has paid off. KT though, they are unrelenting. They're not giving up. I'm gonna try and make, oh no. Oh no, they're coming from so different ends. It's Keria!
Keria's TP and they can't see him, they don't know! And it's just the Omega flank into the Galio onto 3! And there you go, the Impale does go out down onto Owner, so maybe they can get the Nocturne here, but the Feathers will get the job done. And Guma says, good night, see you later. Triple kill into the stolen Quadra by Faker. I don't think he's gonna care about that one. He had his penta kill stolen earlier. And yeah, I think the series is done, Chronicler.
It's 19 minutes. It's a 6.5K gold lead.
Yeah. He teleported to the ward.
No, it was, he jumped over the wall.
No, he flashed over the wall.
Flashed over the wall.
Yeah. No, I was doing like a new version of it.
Oh.
Because I know the original.
He TP'd to the, oh, you're
He
familiar
TP'd to
with
the ward.
Wait,
Yeah.
you can go higher.
I'm familiar with your game.
You can go higher. My favorite part of this whole play is that there is still a turret there. So like, that's the most insane part to me, is that you look at this play, and if there isn't a turret, you're like, I don't know, KT, I know it's desperate, but like, the turret's still there.
Yeah.
Normally you
They had backed up already.
you feel a semblance of safety.
약간 지리네 이거.
Rakan is crazy. Is really good, basically. That's the translation. That's all I have to say.
So back to horsepower.
Yeah, so I heard it was originally that it's the amount of horses and how much power they could exert, right? There's another flank by Keria, by the way. How did he fight? How did he get in here? Does he know? I think
Duckdom, no, he can't hear us.
he knows Duckdom is there, but oh, the rest of the team is doing dragons.
No, I
so
meant
Keria's like,
I need to make sure Duckdom knew. I tried to reach him.
we tried to make a connection with Duckdom.
He couldn't hear me.
Have
He had
you
his
been this
earbuds
Boris
in.
before, Chronicler?
Yes. Whenever I get auto-filled, I always play Lethality Varus because it just doesn't require a lot of interaction. And if you're winning, your life's great. You're having a good time. If you're losing, though, you feel like Duckdom in this game.
Yeah. Especially in solo queue where it's like Zed and
Hey,
Akali.
you know, BDD is not that far behind. That's something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
I mean,
matters.
he dominated the lane.
Right,
It's Galio.
Galio is relying on gold, right?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Must be. Just like everyone else.
He's currently zoning him, by the way.
Where is Faker?
No, Faker's zoning BDD.
Aha.
All right, can Faker get out? The reinforcements are on the way, certainly.
I don't think so. Yeah, no, he's going to be slammed to the wall. It's going to be the end of that. 6-13 over to Cuz. And I don't know if they really care as Carry is going in. It is a 4v5, but they don't, again, they don't really care. Now they seem to actually take their foot off the pedal a little
Do they
bit.
care? Little Carry?
They care a little bit, yeah. Just like a smidgen.
I didn't know they had it in them.
How do you say smidgen in Dutch? Do you know what that means?
Yeah, like a tiny bit, right?
Yeah.
Een beetje?
In beetje.
Een beetje is like a little.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure there's more like
That's close enough.
erudite phrasing, but I can't think of it right now.
He has Impale, so he's just gonna land it. Uh-oh, T1. What's going on here? That's another pick. They're gonna get owner down. There's no Baron, because it's extremely early in the game.
That's 2
They did
in
it.
a row that they got.
Yes.
Got owner and a faker.
Keria is just desperate for the 4v5. He really wants it. And he might be able to find Cuz here. Not gonna get the knock up. And he doesn't have the quickness, but he does have a Galio and a Zaya. So that's gonna be enough for that. As Guma is now 6-0. Just really enjoying his life today. You know, I remember game 1, he was like 11-1-13 or something ridiculous. But now he's just 6-0. Pretty clean scoreline, no deaths. And, you know, we weren't sure about the Zaya, but I think he'll be fine.
Harold's there. Yeah, I mean, I did say it didn't matter, right?
Yeah.
All right, get him, Shelly.
Get him, Harold.
No! That's me when I try to clean my room, you know, and I just get distracted by something. I'm like, well, I guess I can do it later. And then guess what? Later never happens.
Later never happens.
Shelly never charts that turret.
And so Chronicler's room is never clean. That's what we learned today.
It's rough.
Yeah.
You know, because I want to clean my room, and then I start with one room, and then mess in another room distracts me. So I'm like, okay, well, I got to deal with that first. And that's just a never-ending cycle.
That's understandable, yeah.
Yeah. It's rough.
That makes sense.
My place is fine. But it's not, you know, it could be better.
Oh, it's clean.
Oh, you know.
I didn't want to
Yeah.
give the wrong impression.
No, I mean, this can mean many things, right? Based on this phrasing.
Yeah. Well, does KT have an angle?
Theoretically, yes, if T1 keep going in one by one. So there are 2 angles, right? And we haven't talked about it in a while. I don't think they'll be relevant. But there is the T1 just mess about for a little bit too much, and like they lose Nash, which extends the game by like 5 minutes. That could happen. Or Elder Flip. That's always
Elder Flip.
Well, yeah.
If you're T1, do you not do the dragon?
No, they will, because they don't care. But
Yeah.
But that is like also.
But what do you think is like the 100% right call? Do you think not doing the dragon?
No,
is better?
I think you just take it and you just end the game. Like you're so far ahead. I don't actually think that they can.
So there's no scenario in which they're like, okay, we just don't want the dragon.
No, I think there are games where that's valid. I don't think this is one of them.
Makes sense. I mean, they have so many go buttons as well. It's like, it's not like KT are going to stall them out forever.
No, exactly.
Especially with the Baron, which,
But also given,
you know, shortly will be going over to T1.
also given T1's reputation as a team, right? Like
Yeah.
they're not afraid to die.
All right, here we go. Speaking of which, not afraid to dive. They go straight in, they find the Victor, and they did not find the Varus, funnily enough. But they're going to kill the front line anyway. They get Cuz to flash on over. They're going to find the Victor once again. And down goes Peter, just a casualty in the middle of it all. As Faker, really something personal against BDD. Lands like 3 taunts in a row onto the Victor. And BDD eventually does go down. And now they can go back and spend all that gold they have. Or they can just go ahead and try to end the game.
Really, the hardest question is who's POM? Is it Owner? Is it Guma? Or is it Carryout? It's toughy. It's a toughie, Veldas.
I think it's probably Owner. That would be, it might be Keria, though.
It's hard.
I think it's Keria.
It's hard.
Actually. I don't know.
I know. That's why I'm putting it in front of you. All right, so you got Soul.
I don't think it's Guma. Like, Guma played extremely well.
I think Guma is valid. Is a valid vote.
Sure.
I think the unfortunate reality for Guma is that he is playing next to Keria. And
Well, he's just not like the playmaker, you know?
Yeah.
It's not as flashy, and that's just due to his role as an AD carry, you know?
It is, yeah.
The game wasn't close enough for him to really, you know, be as flashy.
No,
I'm explaining to, you know, people who might
No, of course.
be
Still played.
questioning our reasoning.
Yeah, played about as
It's super
as well
clean.
as you could.
Yeah. Excellent play. But
I can
yeah.
see it. You know, they got
It's owner or carrier though.
They got 2v2'd, and that's literally it. That was the only bit. That was like what, like 4 levels in game 1, and it also didn't matter.
I think I would go for carrier. Maybe it's just my bias, but I think that's what I would.
So I did vote for owner initially, but I had to pivot. The recon plays are just too crazy.
He is a take backer.
I am. I'm a flip flopper.
Wow.
Call me Raz.
All right, Braz. They're going to engage, and yeah, they're going to take down the Poppy. Doran maybe in a little bit of trouble. He is very tanky, though, and eventually does go down. Looks like he was just trying to tank for the team as they take down the Nexus. Guma, oh, he's actually going to be taken down right before the Nexus does explode. I'm sure he's okay with that. As GG, T1 make extremely quick work of KT tonight. It was a telecom war, technically, but it really didn't feel like the stakes were there because T1 just kind of ripped them apart. It was not close.
A telecom war in name only. I agree. I think that a real telecom war has the twists and turns, has at least some shred of competitiveness, maybe some crazy late game scenarios.
And that's like 10 in a row, right? It's like 9 or 10 series in a row.
I think this is the last time was 2024 summer.
Yeah.
I want to say it's 8th in a row. Yeah.
Something like that. It is, it's a long road for KT. You know, they take a loss because, remember, guys, they're in the Legend group. And BDD, you know, obviously not happy. I think there's a lot of room for improvement for KT after today as they got extremely bodied. But if you're in the Legend group and there's a big gap between KT and Nongshim and the rest of them, the top 3, you know, that's a nice little reveal there from Guma. And it's not going to be a fun time. You're going to be losing a lot if you can't figure it out, you know, because you got to go up against Gen G. You got to go up against Hanwha, which you just lost 0-2-2. You just got to go up against T1 2 more times, which you just got 2-0. So a lot to do. In the case of T1, they're looking great. Form is fantastic. They defeated Gen G, so that really tells a big story, right? And I think that it'll just really come down to if they can keep with this form.
Yeah, for KT.
And what's going to happen to the mental of Hanwha and Gen G if they lose to T1.
For KT, it's not all doom and gloom. I think that Peter had a really good bounce back after a very rough initial series against Hanwha Live. I think that they are still the 4th best team in the LCK. I just don't think that they have the capability right now to really punch up. This early dive, obviously, was a bit of a rough one. Not quite going the way that they were hoping for.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I wonder, like, why the aggro went to him. It might have been, like, Scorch? In hindsight, because I think they weren't expecting it to go to Varus. It definitely could have gotten out earlier.
Yeah.
Some nice moments, but Duckdown unfortunately did not get to play the game. In this one, clean 2-0. Nothing to see here, Valdes.
Actually, nothing to see here. If you're a KT fan, I saw Laura commenting on Twitter.
I hope she
I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is...
Just
was
go
not
out
pretty.
and enjoy your day. Enjoy your day.
Yes.
Just go about.
If you're a T1 fan, it's gotta feel amazing. You know, it's just probably another moment that makes you realize why you're a T1 fan. You know, it's like these flashy, fun, just extremely dominant series. Definitely, probably one of the reasons that people would be fans of this team. But yeah, nothing much else to say about this one. It was just a pretty straightforward cleanup. This was a pretty fun engage. Well, they didn't quite get the Varus. Duckdown finally found a little angle, and even then,
So
just a little bit too little too late.
Yeah, some of the repercussions for this means that T1 gets close to the Hanwha Life, which obviously they're looking to overtake. And then also for Noodle Boys fans, the fact that KT lost 2-0 means that Nongshim is only single series, single point in because they're -1. KT's at 0 right now, which I'm sure somewhere out there Atlas is saying this is perfect. 0 game score 50-50.
Yeah.
Which they are 11 and 9 right now, so they still need to do a little bit of work.
It's not perfect, yeah. They gotta lose some 0-2s or 2-1s.
Yeah.
And win some 2-0s, I think. Not 100% sure how to even that up. But yeah, Guma, lots of damage on the Xayah. I'm sure there's going to be some Guma voters out there in the interwebs. I do wonder if any of our actual voters here on the LCK will vote for him. But yeah, it's got to be owner or Keria. I'm with you on the Keria, and he is going to pick it up. His Nico engages were just insane. Like, he always had the perfect angle, and then his Rakan, like, he peeing behind the team? Are you kidding me?
If it was a game one, I would have if it was a POG ride, definitely would have voted for owner in game one. I think that he did so much heavy lifting. Even though the Nico was good, I feel like at that point the game was kind of won.
Yeah.
But Keria still played amazing. And in this second game, Rakan can't not vote for him. Had to do it.
Absolute cinema. I mean, yeah, for sure. Like, by the way, he gets in the top 5. So he's up there tied for 4th with, I think it was like Showmaker and someone else. I think he's the only support on that list as well.
And owner.
And owner.
Yeah, tied
there
with
you go.
owner, actually.
And we will be hearing from him in just a moment.
Getting close to BDD. Zeus, not close to Chovy, unfortunately.
Nobody's close to Joe.
Nobody's close to Chovy.
We'll see what happens with that. As I'm going to hand it over to Deer for the translation of the interview.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Deer for the POM interview translation, joined by Keria on the side of T1. You have returned to Low Park after 61 days, and you are the winner of the Telecom War. And you got your 3rd win in a row. How do you feel? It's been a while since we get to play on Low Park, and I'm just really glad that we're able to win today. And KTU was looking pretty solid up to this point, so I'm very relieved that we were able to secure today's victory. And this is your 3rd POM in a row. So what do you think got you the POM today? I think everyone, my teammates, actually set me up, and they did really well today. And I think today, we saw a lot of angles, and I think my teammates were able to just follow up really well today. I think number 1 in the POM is Chovy right now, so my goal is to reach him. Let's talk about game 1. In the bot lane, you were dominating with the Sivir Nico comp. And did you know that Nico had a pretty bad win rate? And it looks like she's doing really well, so what are your thoughts on her? You know, Nico is really good, but there are a lot of counters to Nico. And I think just looking into that and experimenting how to utilize Nico well, I think that's just what led us to being successful with her. And in game 1, Gumeoshi almost got a penta, and owner stole it. And we heard you say, steal the penta, take the penta away. So why did you say that? You know, I just didn't even think about it. I guess my words just went out first. Gumeoshi sounded genuinely sad, so what can you say to him? I think you have a lot of chances in the future to get a penta, so I'm sure you'll get it next time. Do you remember the dive, the 1v3 dive in game 2? Did you expect to take those 2 kills? You know, we had a really good read on the game and it looked really good for us. So I think we were able to fight it out really well, and I'm just really happy that I was able to take the 2 kills. And this upcoming Saturday is a Saturday showdown against Hana Life Esports. And last time you 3-0'd them in road to MSI, to attend MSI. So any predictions? Lately I've been feeling that we are very well prepped. So I feel like we're at a good point where we believe that no matter who we meet, we're able to win. So I believe that we're able to win against them. And in that same match, game 1 will be your 600th game. And this will be the second support to reach 600 games in the LCK. So what is your mindset? I feel like there will be a lot of fans supporting me that day, and I want to try even harder to give you guys great memories to celebrate. And that's the end of the interview with Keria, and back to the space. Thank you.